Good morning and welcome to my show. I'm your host, Andy Graham, and I both invite and encourage you to walk with me on the road to wisdom. Let's walk. Good morning again, and welcome to my 281st episode of the Road to Wisdom. Of course, I'm your host, Andy Graham. Let's start the show. Now, this morning, you can see today's topic is Don't You Worry About a Thing. Let's see it one more time. Don't you worry about a thing. I know what some of you are saying. That sounds familiar. Where did I know that from? That's a Stevie Wonder song. And yes, you are correct. That is a Stevie Wonder song. I think that is a perfect topic to discuss. And again, I want to say it is Don't You Worry About a Thing. Now, if you look up the word worry in a dictionary or on your phone, the definition is going to be give way to anxiety or unease, allows one's mind to dwell on difficult or troubles. See one more time. Give way to anxiety or unease, allow one's mind to dwell on difficulty or troubles. That is the definition of worry. Now, the biblical definition is a little bit different. It's still in the same ballpark, but it's a little bit different. It says a sense of uneasiness and anxiety about the future. It adds a little tidbit more. A sense of uneasiness and anxiety about the future. And if you look into the Bible, you look into the scripture, it goes a little bit further. It says, the scripture indicates that such anxiety is ultimately grounded in a lack of trust in God and his purposes. Let me say it one more time. The scripture indicates that such anxiety is ultimately grounded in a lack of trust in God and his purposes. How many times have we say that we trust God, but then when the rubber meets the road, we acting all crazy and having anxiety and like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Often in church that I go to, the pastor comes and he says, whenever you have any kind of issues, financial, mental issues, for such as depression, or or situations at home, or situations at work, or life is just kind of beating you down, kind of like you're going through the trials and tribulations of Job. What he always says and always encourages that you come to the altar and leave your problems at the altar. Don't get up from the altar, go back to the pew, or go home or wherever you're going to go and take those same problems with you. Because guess what? That means that's showing it to a certain extent a lack of faith in God. God can deliver you, can deliver you from any trial, any tribulation. We've seen him done it several times in the Bible. Now, someone who was worrying about things that were going to happen was Moses. And God first showed himself to Moses on top of the mountain. Moses saw the burning bush and he went up there and he realized that he was in the presence of God. And he was worried when God first told him what he wanted him to do, to go back to Egypt, tell Pharaoh to let his people go. But Moses was worried. He was like, God, they want to kill me. I'll die if I go back there. I can't speak well. I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't want to go. But God told him that, look, I will be with you. And if you can't speak well enough, I'll send your brother Aaron with you and he'll do the talking for you. But at first, Moses was very, very worried, very, very worried about what he's going to do, what might happen to him. And he did not want to do that. But he put his faith in God. And of course, you know the rest of the story. God was with him in every step of the way when he went back to Egypt. And God ultimately led the Israelites with Moses' direction out of Egypt, out of captivity. But guess what? All the miracles, all the things that God showed them that was supernatural, unnatural, and proved beyond a shadow of doubt to any reasonable person, the Israelites ignored. They were like, God, you surely going to get us killed, because they thought the Pharaoh was behind them and they were trapped between the Pharaoh's army on one side and the Red Sea on the other side. But what did God do? He's part of the Red Sea, led them to safety, behind Moses, then closed the Red Sea back up, killing and destroying their enemies. Anyone in today's time, I would think anyone that has common sense will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is a God. But no, they're still worried when they didn't have food and water to drink. So what did God do? He rained down manna every morning, heavenly bread. He rained down to them so they could eat. He provided water for them. Each and every time they had a worry or they had some kind of difficulty or some kind of anxiety, God provided them an answer, and they still went astray. That's what we do here today. No matter how many times God gets us out of situations, until we're out of that situation, we're stressing out, we're worrying. My challenge to you today on Monday morning is don't you worry about a thing. If you are a true believer in God, you truly believe that God, and you truly go to the altar and you truly bend your knee and pray and ask God for help, you have to leave it there. You have to leave it in that prayer room. You have to leave it at that altar. You have to leave it wherever you're praying at and say, God, I'm putting it in your hands and I'm not going to worry about a thing. I challenge you today. I challenge you for the rest of the year, for the rest of your life. Don't you worry about a thing. God has it. God's ways are not our ways. God's thoughts are not our thoughts. I keep telling you that. But we have to understand, don't you worry about a thing. And I know that's easier said than done because you're human. You have people in your ear. You have the people in your ear that the enemy sends to plant that seed of doubt, to plant that worry, to try to flame that worry. The embers of worry, the devil tries to fan it to make it a big flame of worry. And when you start worrying, and that's when you start just really losing whatever peace that you have in your spirit, in your body, in your home, in your mind. And that's what the devil wants you to do. He wants to burn your peace to ashes. Yesterday, Pastor was talking about ashes. And that's what the devil wants to do. He wants to go around and burn everybody's peace, everybody's hope, everybody's obedience to ashes and have the whole world in calamity, like it's starting to look. The world is in a state of calamity, of being in a state of being in calamity and being in just, like I said before, and I'll say it again, we are in straight Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. If we don't change, we're going to be destroyed, just like in the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. So we have to be careful. We have to keep telling ourselves, Danny, don't you worry about a thing. Bobby, don't you worry about a thing. Cindy, don't you worry about a thing. Susan, don't you worry about a thing. That is your goal for today. That is your goal for this week. That is your goal for this month. That is your goal for the rest of the year. That is your goal for the rest of the life. As a Christian, don't you worry about a thing. Whatever your trials and tribulations be or are, you make sure that you put them in the right place. And that's at the feet of Jesus. Pray to God, pray to Jesus for peace, clarity, calmness. And I definitely believe He'll grant it. If you read the book of Matthew, the 6th chapter and the 25th verse, it reads as follows. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, when ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what shall you put on? Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment, which is clothing? I want to say it one more time. The book of Matthew, the 6th chapter, the 25th verse says, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, for what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than clothing? Pretty much that's just saying, don't worry about what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink. Worry about what you're going to wear. Worry about your spiritual. Worry about what your clothing is spiritually. Worry about what your food and your drink is at a spiritual level, not so much at a material level, because God will provide for that. Don't you worry about don't you worry about a thing, is what I challenge you. And I'm going to end with a quote that I heard Steve Harvey say on his show last week. And as soon as I heard it, I typed it in my phone. And he said, worry doesn't take away tomorrow's problems. It takes away today's peace. I thought it was very profound. I want to say it one more time. Worry doesn't take away tomorrow's problems. It takes away today's peace. Don't let worry take away your peace for today. Whenever you start worrying, you pray to God in your car, at your desk, in your bed, on your knees, wherever you at, and you ask God for calmness. You ask God for peace. You ask God for a direction to go. And God will provide that. Maybe not on the timetable that you want, but He's going to provide it on the timetable that He's going to do it on, and it's going to be on time. God has never been late. Never been late. I know in the Bible, you see Mary and Magdalene, and they say, Jesus, only if you would have come a few days earlier, our brother Lazarus wouldn't have died. Jesus intended to come just when He wanted to, because He knew that whenever He came, there'd be no doubt in His power and what He can do, and the story would be that much more greater. Lazarus lied in the tomb for 4 days. 4 days he lied in the tomb, started decaying. No one even questioned that he wasn't dead. But when Jesus told them to wake up and walk out of the tomb, they saw the wonders in His power. Jesus didn't worry about a thing. You shouldn't worry about a thing. So that's my challenge for you today. Don't you worry about a thing. So I hope that this particular topic resonates with your soul and that you think about it and it gives you food for thought. Again, my name is Danny Graham. This is my show, The Road to Wisdom. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers this year. I can only do that with your help. So I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm asking you to please call 5 of your friends and tell them and share this with them and say, look, subscribe to this channel. This man is talking good, positive stuff. He's talking about the Lord. And I think that some of his topics, if not all of his topics, will give you food for thought on a spiritual level. Also, you tell 5 more friends to please subscribe to the channel. Then you call another 5 friends and you tell them to subscribe to the channel. With your help, I can get to 2,000 subscribers, and with God's will and God's grace. Also, I'm asking you to please hit the like button. That helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, read my comments. And also, leave a comment. I would definitely read those comments and respond back to you. And if you want me to talk about a particular topic, type that in the comment, and I would definitely do it. And last but not least, I want to ask you to please watch my video from the start to the finish, because that as well helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Today is Monday. I hope that you have a fantastic week, a fantastic day. And until Friday, y'all have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day. And as always, God bless you.
Danny Graham, he speaks so clear. Love thy neighbor, hold them dear. Bible wisdom every day. God's own path, the only way. On the road to wisdom right. Follow God through darkest night. Bible's words are guiding light. Marching forward with His might. Hear the stories from above. Jesus' power, purest love. Trust in Him no matter fall. Grace is here for one and all. In His might. On the road to wisdom bright. Follow God through darkest night. Bible's words are guiding light. Marching forward with His might.